Welcome back, beautiful people, to the dance craze that's sweeping the nation, Trey the Terrible Collector. On today's episode of Trey the Terrible Collector, we will be unboxing one of my favorite characters from the Spawn Series 1 toy line. This is Medieval Spawn. I did have a number of friends growing up who thought that the medieval referred to him as being slightly evil and not from the Middle Ages. They weren't too bright. These things happen though. He has a very, very cool look to him. Tons of chainmail kind of style armor, spikes all over the place. Wicked cool. Let's go ahead and dig into this figure. So as we've mentioned a few times before with the Todd McFarlane stuff, he was an artist primarily, and he had started his own comic company with the likes of some other upstart comic book creators in the 90s, Jim Lee and the like, and they had created Image. Spawn was one of those figures who was a lot of style over substance in the beginning, but for us kids in the 90s, that style was definitely well worth it. You got some really cool cover art on the comic in here. I've never actually seen this, so kind of let's see what we got in here. We got some Violator. That's real neat. And then a few pages in, you get the reveal of Medieval Spawn. I kind of wish they'd put out a horse, honestly. They put out some other vehicles. I don't know if you could see them. There's a Violator monster rig and a Spawn, I don't know, hot rod kind of situation. But having a horse would have been pretty neat too. Really sweet artwork in here. It looks like this one is going to lead into our last figure, which we'll talk about here in a second. But let's see what we got going on for the figure himself. Okay. So we do have two accessories. We've got a really sweet sword, really cool, and this, it's wired in here, but we've got this sweet shield, which looks like it may have spinning blades around the outside, and that would be really fucking neat. Yeah, it fucking does. Check that shit out. So the shield kind of spins. Hot dog. It's neato. Spawn himself, very similar to the regular Spawn sculpt. This one just seems to have a lot more little detail things added on there. Lots of little spikes, lots of body armor looking things. His tail is not quite as robust as the fold out one, but still cool, sculpted. Looks like it clips right into his shoulder pads. It does. Really nice. So again, like the last one, he's got the chains, which looks like they'll detach. Very cool details on the gauntlets and on the leg armor. These should just fit right into his hand. Oh yeah, for sure. It's a little unfortunate that he can only use one of his weapons at a time, but he does look super cool with them. Oh, and it looks like this is kind of set up for it to clip on the side. Oh yeah, there you go. How about that? Medieval Spawn. His cape is very reminiscent of, I don't know, like one of the old Magneto ones, it kind of looks like, but very, very cool. Tons of detail. I don't know if you can see around the back, like the little chain goes around. It makes it look like his face mask is attached with a chain. Tons and tons of little details. Every little grommet has a little silver piece. Very, very neat. Very cool. Definitely my favorite figure out of this bunch. Awesome. All right, my friends, this will lead us into our last figure for the Spawn Series 1 line, who is going to be Overt Kill. I have no idea what Overt Kill is about, but he looks ridiculous, and his name is ridiculous, and I'm super excited to get into that as well. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. I hope you remember to like and subscribe. And remember, y'all have been wonderful. I have been terrible. And we'll see you again soon.